everybody, welcome back to another video. Long time no see. It's been quite a while, but I finally have an external storage, and I feel like this is a viable option for me to actually start making videos again. Like, I don't know, I'm saving up money still to get a computer so that way I could play more computer games, more like one-person games, and that I can actually record properly, not just like using my phone, obviously. I'm also looking into potentially getting a different recording software, like OBS or something, because I heard that a lot of people use OBS, but that's a topic for a whole nother day. I want to know how you guys are doing. So I'm going to do the cliche YouTuber thing and say, if you guys liked the video, like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, and I want you to comment, how is your day going? Be entirely truthful. I don't want to hear any mismatch anything. And if you don't want to do that, you don't have to. I'm not your mom. You don't have to listen to anything I do. But one thing that I will remind you to do is to drink water. If you couldn't tell by the title and thumbnail, this is another loot video. And if you don't know what a loot video is basically where I show you a bunch of stuff that I had bought recently for either future videos or because I wanted to. One thing I do want to show off is actually a couple pictures. These are the new members of my family. They're both little kittens. The all gray cat, his name, we are just calling him Gray. I like to call him Dr. Gray because of the character from Grey's Anatomy. And I think my dad is sticking with the name Gray because of a YouTuber named Gray Still Plays. And this other cat that you're seeing right here, he's a striped cat. He's got a little kink in the tail. I don't know if I have a picture of that, but we're calling him Lucy, short for Lucifer, because he's cute. And he's a very mischievous little cat. When him and Gray get older, I don't know how they're going to act, especially with our other cat, because all of our cats now are all boys. And let's just say they're already picking up. We're back. Turns out, even though I got everything else figured out on the computer side of stuff, my phone does not want to work. For whatever reason, I have 32 gigabytes worth of space and storage on this phone, and yet I only have 1 gigabyte to actually record stuff. Maybe I need to get a SIM card for it. I really don't want to, but if I have to, I will. So for now, if you see random cutoffs between 2 to 3 minutes, that's why. But yeah, going into the loot part of the loot video. First two things I have aren't actually from the mall. Like if you read the title, this is obviously a mall loot video. But the first two things I want to show off I actually got in the mail. First thing is a YouTooz plushie for the yellow rabbit from Into the Pit. Now, this is a very, very nice looking plushie. He looks very stiff. It kind of looks like that pose that you would stick, like if you were a little kid asking their mom something, or like waking their mom up, like, "Mom, I threw up." Like, that's the stance he's standing in, and I find that really funny. The one funny thing is, like, if you lift up his mouth and stuff, then he looks really derpy. But other than that, we have the murder robot from Five Nights at Freddy's Into the Pit, but as plushie form, and he's very cute. He's very firm, but also still very soft. I like it. I like him very much. Next thing I have is a Into the Pit YouTooz pin set. I don't know how well you guys will be able to see it, but we got a bunch of pins of Oswald, the Yellow Rabbit, Shadow Bonnie at the arcade, and then, of course, Psychic Friend Fredbear from Five Nights at Freddy's 4, I guess, is his first appearance. Going into a different YouTooz thing, this is a YouTooz figure that I actually got at the mall. There's a little thrift store part of the mall that I like to go to that sell like already used video games, movies, and collector's items. And of course, when I saw this, it was one of the first YouTooz I've ever wanted. So I was like, screw it, I'll buy it. And I'm, of course, referring to the Cronker's Bad Fur Day YouTooz figure. This is the very first YouTooz figure they have ever made for Cronker. And yeah, it's really cool. I'll get him out of the box so we get a better look at it. Surprisingly, this was a lot easier to get out of the plastic sleeve than I have with the other fuck, I can't speak. As it was to get the other YouTooz figures out of their sleeves. Now, this isn't my first Cronker's toy. I actually have the Soldier Cronker, but this is the first one they've ever made for Cronker. As you can see, that's him sitting upon his glorious throne with an empty glass, I want to say water, but if you've played the games, you know that he's not drinking water. And what's cool is that YouTooz Figures always has a little secret message on the side. This one says, it's going to be one of those days. Here on the back, it's quite a longer one. If you want to pause and read it, you go ahead and do that. The box does look a bit ripped up, but of course, this is a toy. Someone's obviously going to take it out and display it. So I'm going to take the figure out so we get to see some extra little details. One thing I also forgot is when you open the box, there's always a message on the little lid, which says, I got a scoot. Which I think is what he says in the games, but I don't remember because it's been a while since I've actually played a level of the game. But yeah, here is Cronker in his ginormous chair throne room thing. If you look into his glass, I don't know how well you'll be able to see it, but there's like a couple ice cubes. The back of the chair ain't anything too special. They could have just kept it flat, but they kept like a little bit of design on it. But other than that, it definitely looks like he was outside the box for a while because there's dust all over him. But I don't care. This is a really cool figure. But yeah, speaking about cool figures, I got a bunch of Skylanders to show off next. But first, let's go talk about t-shirts. Now, I'm not going to lie. This first t-shirt is of a band / rapping group. I want to say rapping, just because of the name. But other than that, I don't know who these people are. I just bought it because it looked cool. As do I do with kind of a lot of Funko Pops, really. But this first one I have, I'll show the back off first, is this. Cash Money Millionaires. Baller Blockin'? I don't know who these people are. Here's the front of the shirt. It looks pretty cool. It looks cool. It reminds me of like those old rapper like photos. So this will probably lead me to a whole bunch of music that I've never heard of before, but hey, that's cool. It's a very cool t-shirt. It's an extra large, so fingers crossed it'll fit. Because if you don't know, I'm kind of fat, if it wasn't obvious. But these next two shirts are from the Disney Pixar movie Cars, which if you don't know, I absolutely love cars. I like keeping little toys up on my wall, and I have a bunch of her in my garage. And my girlfriend likes buying me random cars toys as just like little knickknacks. This first one is a black shirt with Lightning McQueen on it. It looks pretty cool. It's standard. There's nothing on the back, so nothing super interesting. It's just Lightning McQueen saying ka-chow. This next one is a white shirt. Where's the top? There it is. Also of Lightning McQueen, but this is more like stylized to be like a NASCAR shirt, not just like Lightning McQueen. Street legend Lightning McQueen. This next shirt is of a metal band, ICP. Here's the back design, and here's the front design. Sorry. If you don't know what ICP is, it is Insane Clown Posse, and they're a heavy metal band, and I really like them. Some of their songs are really funny, like Fuck the World. That's a really funny song. My mom really likes them as well. I kind of want to go to one of their concerts, but I have no idea when they're going to be here where I live. But moving on from the shirts now, let's go into the Skylanders. Now, about the Skylanders. I only have 2 actual Skylanders. The rest of the Skylanders are vehicles. They're all from Skylanders Superchargers. But hey, I'm going to count the vehicles as Skylanders. So I have 6 to show off, 4 vehicles and 2 normal Skylanders. First one I have is the Deep Dive, which is the submarine used by Gilgrunt in Superchargers. It's a little bent here at the bottom and in this top fin because the place that I bought it in decided to shrink wrap them, causing the Skylander figures to bend over time, and it really sucks, especially for the Series 2 Cinder, which her wings aren't even straight up anymore. They're going over her head, which is very not good for a Skylander. Next one I have is, this vehicle is called the Sea Shadow. This is supposed to be the figure that you get with the starter kit. The reason why I didn't have this is because I bought the limited edition dark version, where it comes with the black and silver version of this, along with the other two characters. But moving on, I also got the Dive Bomber. The Dive Bomber is another submarine boat kind of figure. It's very cool. The reason why I didn't have the Dive Bomber before is because I got the Easter version called the Egg Bomber, and I just kind of want to get the Dive Bomber so that way I can have variety. And then the next one I have is the normal version for the Stealth Stinger. This is the helicopter used by Super Shot Stealth Elf. It's of the life element and everything. It's really cool. There's another one where I have the other version of this figure other than the actual original. Deep Dive Gilgrunt. Now he's very cool using his jetpack to help himself up. This one's different from the other Gilgrunts because he doesn't use a harpoon gun. He uses a trident, and I believe he has lightning abilities. I don't know because I've never played this Skylander. But now that I have him, I will definitely have some fun with him. Last one I have, which I got for $40 because it's a rarer one, is Mystical Bad Juju from Skylanders Imaginators. This one is really, really cool. I like how the bottom of her is still clear and stuff, and you can get light through it. It matches her blades and stuff. It's very cool. She is a swashbuckler and a mother that makes her children fight with also little daggers, which I think is very funny and very cool. Now, let's move on to the video game that I got. It's a Wii game. This is a 4-player game made by a game company that sadly does not exist anymore, especially if you grew up with Webtoons or Wizard 101. You would definitely know what game I'm talking about. I'm talking about Club Penguin, but not this one. This one is Club Penguin Game Day. From what I can tell from it, it is basically a Mario Party style game, but with the penguins from Club Penguin. I saw this and immediately reminded me of my childhood, and I just needed to get it so that way I could play it. Maybe I could play it with some friends. I know my friend, he's got a Twitch right now called King Poppy. Here's an image of it. I'll leave a link down below to it as well. He does some pretty funny videos. He just recently did a live stream for Mortal Kombat 1, and he's really good at Noob Saibot and Ghostface. The next thing I have is kind of interesting because it's in a DVD case from Blockbuster nonetheless, but it's the soundtrack to Mario Galaxy. Why is it in a DVD case? I have no idea, but I got it for $10. Pretty cool. I didn't even know Nintendo did soundtracks for their games and stuff. From just looking at this, it's the orchestra for Mario Galaxy, and it's got up to 28 songs on it. Yeah. It's really cool. So I can't wait to give this a listen. I just need to find my old CD player. It's somewhere in the garage. But moving on from video game stuff, I have some more mystery toys that are from some popular YouTubers, more specifically a YouTube TV show called The Digital Circus. And yeah, you heard that right. The Digital Circus has toys, apparently, that you could get in stores. I didn't know this. I thought you could only get their figurines and their official merch off their website. But I found these at Second and Charles, and so I was like, screw it, I'll get a couple. But holy crap, they were expensive. All right, looking at the receipt that I have, they were $24.99 each. Both of them together was $50. I spent $50 on two tiny little toys. that is outrageous. I didn't even know that because they didn't have a price tag on any of them and until I bought them. And so I was like, holy shit, that thing's expensive. But yeah, I got 2 of these little fuckers. So yeah, it's got like the company, what toys they are. Like there's a bunch of cool characters that I like. Like I kind of want to get Kinger, the one right here in the middle, or I want to get Kaufmau, but I don't know. I'll probably get something like Pomni or Jax. But yeah, I got 2 of these motherfuckers. These will be in another video idea that I'm thinking of calling the YouTuber mystery toys, because apparently there's a lot of them. I'm going to use their toys as my content. Why not? But moving on to that, we have the couple DVD things. I have 3 DVDs. 2 are really, really cool, which you might have seen in the thumbnail or in the title. I don't know. But this first movie is weird. I had to do a bit of research because I've never heard of this movie before. It is an Australian movie from 1983 called Dot and the Bunny. Now, I've never heard of this movie before, probably because it's not an American movie, it's an Australian movie. And it's actually a sequel to the first movie, which came out in 1977, called Dot and the Kangaroo. So, yeah, this is interesting. That'll be fun to watch. I also have an idea for how I want to do movie reviews going into 2025, but I don't know. I'm kind of skeptical on it. Basically, the way I want to do movies is I'm going to compile every movie that I watch in a year that's completely new. Like, it doesn't have to come out this year. It just has to be a new experience for me. And then I'll rank them all in like a major video sometime at the end of the year. I don't know if I'm actually going to go through that. It's just an idea. But if you guys think that you guys want to watch that, maybe subscribe. Maybe I'll do it. I don't know. You decide. Moving on to the 2 special edition DVDs that I have. They're pretty cool, and I got them for pretty cheap. They're both very old, though. This first one is kind of sticky. It's kind of weird, but it is of Batman. This is a Batman disc. I will get the sticker off eventually, but I don't know if you guys could tell with the camera quality, but it is a bit scuffed and stuff. And yeah, this is the one that's sticky. It's like sticky on the outside, like someone spilt a soda over it. But of course, it's Batman, and it's really cool. It's of The Dark Knight. Way you open it is it's got this little tab here. Basically, just open that up. And then it's got the Blu-rays for Batman The Dark Knight. And it's really cool. I really like the way they did this. And it's so cool. Like, I already have the Batman movies upstairs, but they're my parents', so I want to get one for my own. And I saw this, and I was just like, I have to get it. Moving on to the next one. This one is a Marvel movie this time for The Amazing Spider-Man. This one's pretty cool. It's not kind of as filled out, and it's not sticky, but you could clearly tell that this has been sitting on someone's shelf for a while because it's filled to the brim with dust. But I'm not going to lie, it's still cool. This is of The Amazing Spider-Man. There's the logo there on the back. You open it the same way. You got this little tab. The only thing about this is that it doesn't have a disc here. The disc is down here. This one is not a Blu-ray, but of a DVD. And what's cool is that it pushes itself out, the disc, so that way you could easily grab it. But yeah, very, very cool. I love this. This is fantastic. I love this so much. It has little dates right here of when it was made. This one was made 2012, while the Batman one was made 2008. So yeah, very, very cool. And that will do it for today's loot video. If you guys did enjoy, please leave a like down below, maybe a comment, maybe subscribe if you want to see more of this. But yeah, Batman or Spider-Man, which one you gonna pick? I'll see you guys next time. Stay safe. Goodbye.